So let's start with what's new with the smartphone app. So your servers can log in using their secure username and password that you provide them. We've got an entirely new interface here that you can see is black on white, so nice on the eyes. They have a list here of process jobs and their court jobs that they can identify each separately. And then from here, they can select specifically their process jobs and see the address, the work order number, so some identifiable relevant information here. And so this is their list for the day. This is going to be their job route for the day. And what they can do here is take a look at an actual map view of all of those jobs with the addresses. So they can take these little pins. They're also color coded based on process versus court. They can take these pins, find that particular address, and enter that into their GPS system, their navigation system, and create their own route for their jobs for the day. So a nice feature here. We'll move back into those process jobs and take a look at one in particular. And we'll look at that first one. So if they click on the first work order, they'll be able to see the details of that order, including the address, if there's any special instructions that have been added to this particular job. And then they have a set of options at the bottom. They can record a diligence, they can place a final status attempt on here, serve with audio, or take a look at any previous diligence and PDFs associated with the work order currently straight from their smartphone app. So if you are able to serve with audio, they can record the serve and enter that as an attempt or add it to a final status. For this example, let's just go ahead and record a diligence so you can see that process. So they'll select record diligence, and it'll bring us to this enter attempt screen where they can select specific diligence items or phrases that you've created in the program, or they can use their microphone feature on the keyboard and talk into the phone and record their voice as their report. And I'll just show you an example of that. So Siri will record, this is an iPhone app, of course. This is also available for Android. So I knocked on the door, period. Subject jumped out of window, period. Simple as that. Then they can add that report to their attempt. Add any additional addresses as needed. It'll date and time stamp this particular attempt. And then we can grab the current GPS of that location to add that to the attempt. And if there's any attachments, so if there's any photos that they're taking on the scene, they can take the photo as it's happening, or they can take the picture and add it as an attachment. From here, they hit submit, and the app will indicate that the diligence was saved successfully. So this means that it's been saved locally to the device. So if in the event they're in an area with poor internet reception, it'll save that to their job queue. So it actually, all that work is saved into the phone itself. And then they can come back at a later time and sync all of their data into the program by pressing that sync button. It'll give them a confirmation and then send them back to their home page. We can also enter a final attempt from the smartphone app. By clicking Final Status. And then here in the final status, you have the work order information. You do have, if you need to add an agent for service or any titles, some descriptors, adding the addresses, the manner of service, whether it's personal or subserve. You create that drop-down menu, and they'll proceed to type in any and all relevant information to the serve, what the date and time is. Once they're finished placing all the physical descriptions in, they can even grab a signature Let's say if it's an agent of service, save that signature as an attachment to the job itself. And again, just hit submit. It'll save it to the local device. And if when they get to an area of good web service, they can sync that data and it will be sent to the WinServe Plus program. We've made a lot of changes to our client web portal. You'll see here you can customize all your colors, add your logo, follow your brand throughout the experience of the client web portal here. Here's a few different examples of some of our clients with different color schemes that match their icon and brand. From the Status Online screen, you can also see we have a variety of icons that represent different job types. You've got process here. This would be a messenger job. And this would be a court job. From your Status Online, you can check the statuses. You'll see a case header for all the details of the process of service with an affidavit scanned into the system. You can take a look at all the proof information, including served documents as well as pictures associated with that. You can pick up the invoice. Here's one for $257, and they can get a copy of that printed out. You've got a list of all diligence attempts with GPS location, as well as other documents and pictures, all submitted through the smartphone app, and then a list of status updates on the job. So this shows all efforts and everything you did on this job. And your clients can refer back to here with a date and timestamp. Then they can also enter orders online. So you can see different job categories, select that, and then if you have a reference number or an attorney matter number on file, you can copy and paste that number into your order online field. And then the program knows what court, what case number, and other relevant information. Eliminates a lot of data entry here. Moving to the WinServe Plus program, you can see new features that have been added to the system, including the field agent queues here at the bottom left. Here you can import your process attempts, take a look at final statuses, and import those jobs. With a right-click menu, you can take a look at the job itself. You can see any pictures that came in through the smartphone app attached to this job. Here's an example of a signature that was captured at the time of the serve. You can take a look at the manner of service. You can also show customer notes and any special instructions or reminders. This can also send you directly to billing. You can include a billing region and set those up at the time of maintenance and implementation. You can add your billing items, your billing rates, and you can send an email or an invoice. Now let's take a look at the ePouch feature. So this is a nice job sharing tool between TriStar clients who are using WinServe Plus program. You can go over to the dispatch board, take a look at the job, whether it's process or court, that you'd like to dispatch out through the ePouch tool. Once you find that job, you can forward that job via ePouch. And from there you can calculate within a certain mile radius of this particular address, who do you have that can accept work in that area. So you'll find a company who serves that area and send that job over to them. They'll then be able to import that particular job through their pouch feature and finish the task. If you do zero billing with retainers, we've got a feature here in Batch called Batch Close, where you can batch close those jobs out. We've got a cool feature called the Diligence Tracker, where you can take a look at the days since the last attempt on a job, or perhaps a job's been dispatched out to a server and no attempts have been made yet. You can click either of those radio buttons and it'll show up how many days since the last attempt. You can also request a status from a server directly from that screen. The WinServe Plus program comes with a dispatch board. As you can see here, it's fully color-coded. The green line items are all orders that have been entered online by your clients. Anytime an order is created online, you'll get a confirmation email. It's thanking you for your order. Here's all the detailed information, as well as a buck slip. Further, on the dispatch board, you can find a status for any item that's in the assigned tasks, as well as the diligence. So any diligence for these particular jobs. So quick views. There's also a right-click menu where you can dispatch addresses out to a server. You can pull jobs via ePouch, request statuses, create proof of deliveries and proof of service. You can also ask for mass statuses, update milestones, change servers. You also have an Orders tab. The Order screen is a full workflow of any jobs that can come and go onto this tab. On the dispatch board, you also can filter your view. So you can click on any specific filter, meaning you can filter just jobs assigned to a particular server, a certain customer. You can create a filter view based on status due dates. Here we'll just take a look at some customers. So you can filter this ad hoc. From a reporting standpoint for WinServe Plus, we have a variety of performance reports that you can use to audit not only your clients but also your servers. You can set up a date range and run the report. In this example, we can show serves versus non-serves. This is a report you can give to your client to show how awesome you are. Or you can audit your own servers and show them what their serve rate is by percentage. We can also assign servers to a specific zip code. Through here we have server coverage areas. You can create different zones. You can also auto-assign by county zip codes to a specific server. So for example, if it's, let's say, Kern County, it'll identify all the zip codes in that specific county, and all the jobs will auto-assign to that particular server. Within the WinServe Plus program, you have the ability to scan a stack of papers and show your clients a conformed copy. Our program will go through all documents, look for this particular QR code. It knows which work order this is, which client it is, what type of PDF it is, and it also knows whether or not you want to publish it onto the client web portal. If you do in fact publish it, it puts the PDF in a database, marks it as Show on Website, and emails your client that they now have records available to view online.